Hello guys, hello students, I'm glad to see you again. Today's topic is parts of a circle. Previous lesson we talked about circles itself and today we'll talk about parts of a circle. Before we start, we have to learn some new terms. Circle in Kazakh is şember, you already know it. Circumference is şemberдің ұзындығы. Equidistant, тең қашықтықта. Radius is radius. Diameter, diameter. Chord, chorda. Arc, that is doga. Let's move on. Now, here you have parts of a circle as lines. Lines may be located differently. So the line which just touches the circle is called a tangent. And the line which cuts the circle into two parts is called secant. And line segment which starts from one point and ended to the another point on the circumference of the circle is called a chord. And the chord and the longest chord is diameter. A diameter passes through the center of the circle. And half of the diameter is called radius. So, as you guess, 2 times radius is equal to the diameter. 2 radiuses is equal to diameter, but they must be collinear. And finally, an arc is the part of a circumference of the circle. And now another parts of a circle, they are slices. This part is called a sector. The sector looks like a pizza slice, and this part made by a chord, is called segment. A quarter of a circle is called a quadrant. So in a circle we have 4 quadrants, and half circle is called semicircle. Here we have an example. First question is, we have to find the length of the diameter if the radius is equal to 8 centimeters. Second question is, the length of the diameter of a circle is 16 centimeters and the radius is 3 times x plus 2. We have to find x. Now let's try to solve it. First question, we know that diameter is equal to 2 radiuses, 2 times radius. So plug in into radius 8 centimeters because it's given there. So diameter is equal to 2 times 8, that is 16 centimeters. Next, we know that diameter is equal to 2 times radius, and diameter is given here, that is 16 centimeters. 2 times radius is equal to 3 times x plus 2 centimeters. So here we get 3 times x plus 2 is equal to 8. So 3 times x is equal to 6, and finally x is equal to 2 centimeters. That's all. Next, we have a property here, a radius or a diameter which cuts a chord, divides this chord into 2 equal parts. If chord is cut by the radius or the diameter, it is divided into 2 equal parts, and their intersection may form 90-degree angle. And let's talk about central angle here. Central angle is an angle formed by 2 radiuses which meet at the center of the circle. So in this case, angle AOC is central angle. And here's the property about central angles. If the central angles are congruent, so the opposite chords are congruent too. And the convert is also true. It says that if the chords are congruent, so the central angles are congruent too. In this case, given that if, for example, if angle AOB is equal to angle COD, then the chords AB and the CD are congruent too. here's example for you. Try to solve it yourself. Now we'll solve it together. Here, given that central angles B and O are congruent, and we have to find the length of chord MN. We know that if the central angles are equal, so chords will be equal to. So 14 times A minus 26, that is chord AC, is equal to 5 times A plus 1. That is the length of chord MN. Now first of all, we have to find the value of A. So 9 times A is equal to 27, so A is equal to 3. Therefore, the length of chord MN is equal to 5 times A plus 1. So plug into A3, 5 times 3 plus 1 is equal to 16. So the length of chord MN is equal to 16 centimeters. And here's some questions for you. Make practice yourselves. For that you have 5 minutes. So that is the end of our lesson. Stay healthy, take care of yourselves. Peace.